intensity we have discussed. So coming to the next, what is extraterrestrial radiation? So this term we keep on using during the study of solar energy. So what is it meant by? See, solar radiation which is incident outside the Earth atmosphere is called as extraterrestrial radiation. Terrestrial, extraterrestrial, right? So the word itself suggests solar radiation that will be incidenting outside the Earth atmosphere is called as extraterrestrial radiation. On an average, so this is just an approximation. The extraterrestrial radiation is approximated as 1367 watt per meter square. Okay, as usual, it is like solar. It is a solar constant. Okay, so this 1367 varies by plus or minus 3%. If you ask why, already we have discussed, because of the distance between the sun and earth. Okay, the sun you can see in this clearly, right? So at certain points of time the earth will be very nearer to sun, okay, and at the certain point of time it will be very farther. Okay, so the earth's closest approach to the sun occurs around January 3rd and farthest occurs around July 4th. So because of this reason, the radiation, extraterrestrial radiation falling will not be equal. Okay, even though we have approximated, there will be a variation of plus or minus 3%. Please make a note of this. So this term we will be using every now and then in the solar modules. Okay, so we will move further. So as we discussed, right? So on January 3rd of January, okay, it is called as perihelion. Okay, Earth is closest to the sun. Okay, Earth is very closer to the sun. The distance is 147.3 million kilometer. And on July 4th, okay, it is called as aphelion, wherein Earth is farthest from the sun. Okay, roughly 152.1 million kilometers. Just imagine there is a difference of around 5 million kilometers. Okay, so average distance, if you take, it is roughly 149.6 million kilometers. So that is why during the periods of perihelion, somewhere in this region, Okay, you will get higher radiation, and during this region, so somewhere in this region, the distance keeps on increasing, so that you will get a lesser radiation. Just you can make a note of it. So this gives us an explanation why solar radiation varies across the year, why it is not constant in any given portion of the earth. Yeah, now please make me one thing clear. Is the chat box option open to you now? Any one of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, solar radiation at the Earth's surface. Now, the next question that arises is we discussed about extraterrestrial radiation. Okay, that is the radiation which is falling on the top surface of the Earth, okay, outside the Earth atmosphere. Okay, so how it is different from the radiation that reaches the surface of the Earth is the next question, right? Okay, so that is solar radiation at the Earth's surface. The solar radiation that penetrates the Earth atmosphere and reaches the surface differs in both amount and character. Okay, so in magnitude as well as its characteristics, it will be varying as compared to extraterrestrial radiation. I hope you are following. So the extraterrestrial radiation is the radiation that falls above the Earth's atmosphere. Once it penetrates the Earth's atmosphere and reaches the surface of Earth, the magnitude as well as the properties of that radiation will be different. The next question arises is why it will be different. Correct? So solar radiation received at the Earth's surface is in the attenuated form, diluted form, because it is subjected to absorption and scattering. See, there are two phenomena that will take place when the radiation penetrates the top of the atmosphere and enters into the Earth's surface. One is the absorption and second is the scattering. See, absorption occurs mainly because of the presence of ozone layer. See, ozone layer will filter certain UV rays and other harmful layers, and there will be water vapor in the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, and to some extent, due to some of the gases like carbon dioxide, nitro oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, oxygen, and methane. These are the gases that are present in the Earth's atmosphere. Because of these gases and because of the water vapor followed by ozone, because of these three reasons. So these three are the factors that will absorb the radiation to some extent. Okay, so it results in an increase in the internal energy of the atmosphere. It will absorb some portion of the, what happens if it absorbs, the temperature slightly increases. Okay, the radiation is nothing but it's an indirect form of heat energy. Okay, a portion of it will be absorbed by these factors. Okay, so this is absorption. On the other hand, scattering occurs due to gaseous molecules as well as particulate matter. What do you mean by particulate matter? These are the particles of certain components like carbon, which are present in the atmosphere. It may come out of various reasons, maybe because of fossil fuel. Major reason is because of fossil fuel burning. Okay, like especially coal and diesel. When you burn, certain particulates are released to the atmosphere. Okay, so these particulates will okay, scatter the radiation. It will disturb the radiation. So the scattered radiation is redistributed in all directions. Okay, so when it is scattered, what happens? It will be redistributed. Sometimes it goes back to the space and some portion of it reaches the Earth's surface. I hope you are getting an idea. Okay, see, this is the surface of the Earth. The solar radiation is coming onto the top of the atmosphere. we call it as extraterrestrial radiation. You can see with this sketch I am trying to explain you. So this is the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so this portion is the Earth's atmosphere, whatever we see in the green. So when this radiation tries to enter into the atmosphere, two phenomena will take place. One is the absorption. So this absorption may be due to three reasons. One is because of the presence of ozone layer, the second is because of the water vapor, and third is presence of various gases in the atmosphere as well as the particulate matter. Because of these reasons, so these components will absorb some portion of the radiation, whereas some portion of the radiation will be scattered. Okay, so scattering mainly takes place because of the particulate matter and other gaseous molecules that are present, because of the gaseous molecules and the particulate. So when it hits these gaseous molecules or particulate, when a radiation hits this, what happens? Some part of it will be reflected back to the space and some part may reach the surface of the earth. Okay, so because of this reason, the magnitude as well as the properties of the solar radiation which is above the Earth's atmosphere is not same as that of the magnitude and properties that reaches the surface of the Earth. So this point we should be very clear. I hope you